Hi, so for our daily reflection today, I've chosen the verse from Philippians. So it's Philippians 4, chapter 8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. I wonder how much time do you spend thinking about things that are true, noble, right, and so on. If you're anything like me and the rest of the population, your mind will habitually wander onto all types of things which are definitely not pure and lovely. And if we're really honest, often our thoughts are anxious, critical of ourselves and others, self-centred, dwelling on past things that we can't change, and fretting about a future that hasn't happened. And in the times that we're living through at the moment, tuning in too much to the latest news and comment can have a significant negative impact on our mental health and ability to cope with day-to-day life. But how do we put this verse into practice? Can we ever live a whole day, half a day, an hour or less, where we just fill our minds with what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, and excellent? And anyway, does it really matter what we think? Well, it matters to God what we think. Our actions matter to him as well. I wonder if you'd realise that all of our actions actually begin with a thought, a choice, a decision. And remember Jesus' stark words in the Sermon on the Mount, where he makes reference to the importance of our thought life and our emotions, angry words and feelings which are so dangerous for our souls, and lustful thoughts that are so serious that by allowing our minds to dwell on these things, we have already committed sin in our hearts. These can be found in Matthew chapter 5. So if we want to be obedient to God and also do ourselves a massive favour at the same time, because life actually just feels so much better when, with God's help, we break these patterns of sinful and unhelpful thinking, then actually turning our minds to what is admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy is a high priority for our whole lives. So how do we do this? Well, we can't do it in our own strength, can we? We do have our part to play. God created us for close, intimate, abiding friendship with him, and we need to make good choices and also, crucially, to ask for his help daily, hourly, even moment by moment. It's what he desires. He wants to be that close to us that we walk our lives with him and turn to him, and not just ask for help, but all sorts of other things too, but that's maybe for another time. And have you noticed how the Psalms often start with honest, gritty acknowledgement of the writer's thoughts and feelings and reflections of the life going on around them? So, when you become aware that you are thinking unhelpful things, take it to the Lord, confess it, ask for his help, and decide to put your mind on something that is uplifting. For example, the psalmist often turns their attention to the Lord after they've got off their chest what they want to get off their chest. His promises, his character, his mighty acts in creation and redemption. You can think of these things. Memorise a verse of the Bible, sing a song of praise. These are very simple, but we need to keep deciding to do them if they're to have an impact. Another thing that we can think about is to actively look for other things that have these characteristics that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy. And I wonder, as you take these steps, how many things you'll find that have one or maybe even more of these characteristics. So perhaps you're thinking this is very simple. It can't be that simple. It is this simple, but the bit that's tricky is the perseverance that's required to make these new ways of thinking a habit. And I don't know if you've ever thought about why practice really makes perfect or nearly perfect. Well, God designed our brains in such a way that the more we think or behave in certain ways, actually whether it's a good thing or a not good thing, our brain notices it and makes it easier for us to think or do the thing that we're doing. If you've ever watched a child learn to use a spoon or get on their feet and begin to walk, you'll know that they didn't hone their skills overnight. They kept on going until they got it. There was no stopping. They kept on practicing. And it's the same with thinking. We've all got into patterns of thinking which often don't serve us well. We've actually unwittingly practiced them to near perfection. And if you're interested, this mechanism of the brain to adopt new patterns is called neuroplasticity. And if you want to find out more, you could look up a lady called Dr. Caroline Leaf, who is a Christian neuroscientist. So be encouraged. It is possible to change the content of your thoughts. You need to keep on keeping on. And so just to finish, the hymn that hymn that I've chosen today is How Great Thou Art. And there's quite a lot of lovely, noble, true things in there to get our minds in a good place. Amen.